We're gonna talk about this restaurant life. So let's get into it tonight. It's a blessing as well as strife. So grab your fork and get your knife. Cause there's so much more to this restaurant life. Yeah, there's so much more to this restaurant life. So much more to this restaurant life. Let's go!
Yeah, so this is the Restaurant Life podcast at Stell's Eatery. We're here with Ryan Lee. Welcome. Jessica Ferry. Our very own Luke Hogrud, producer of the podcast, and a friend of the family, Wyatt Seablum.
Hi there. So well, usually when you hear somebody, you say hi or something.
Is that, you did right.
And then it's like, it's also a video podcast, so
they saw the wave.
Yeah. Okay.
And Chelsea coming in on the backside slipper.
Just run through quick. You want to sit by me?
Can you guys share a mic?
Or just hang? Yeah.
You can squeeze in.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah.
Drew, you can come hang out. Come hang out. You used to work here. You work in restaurants?
I've worked in restaurants.
Done my time.
I've done my time.
Tell you what.
It's all the criteria you need, man.
Depends on how much you like partying.
Hello.
You do more time. Use it as an excuse.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Right.
Ryan Lee.
If you're going to talk, you got to lean in, okay?
How did you get hired at Estelle's?
Right.
Get hired here?
How'd you get hired?
I basically just came in. And I seen the door open and somebody working over here fixing it up.
How'd you know they were looking for cooks?
Heidi's friend Jessica
That's right.
told me about it, and then
Woolard, right?
yeah,
Jesse Woolard.
yeah. And she texted me and told me to go talk to you guys because you're starting a
He
restaurant.
came in, I was just getting done tiling or ripping something apart.
Yeah.
And I'm like tired, and you're standing there, and Heidi's like, "This is the guy." I'm like, "Hey."
Yeah. You and Trav were sitting there like basically on like two like folding chairs by the door. And
Yep.
everything was just like ripped apart.
Yep.
It was like
When can you start?
you're like, we got a guy. We got a guy.
Yeah,
We got a
that's
guy."
what it was. That's what it was. You're like our first hire. We got a guy. He can
Yeah.
cook and everything. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, everything like
He knows things. He does stuff.
yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, there was no tables, there was no flooring basically. The wood floor was there, but
Yep.
you had all the floor ripped out behind the bar. There was no bar top. The kitchen was not
Existent.
like
was there any tile?
there's no
down yet?
windows
I don't
in
think
the
there was
kitchen.
tile.
or
We didn't even
whatever.
start tiling yet. There was no bar either, huh?
There's a little bit of tile on the wall in the kitchen.
Jesus. Yeah, that was early. Those were the days that we would work. I would work at this little Italian joint in Edina 3 days a week, and then I would come down here 4 days a week and do construction into the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had like, see, it was you, Heidi, Trav.
And Heidi was like 9 months pregnant at that point.
Yeah.
Who has
Yeah, this
their
was
baby
like-
on their due date?
Heidi did.
Heidi does.
Estelle.
Yeah. Well, this was like March.
Yeah, right.
And you're like, I want to open by the 4th of July.
Yeah, and everybody's like, "Good
And
luck."
there was nothing here. It was just ripped apart.
Yeah, people would come in, and they're like, "When are you gonna open?" I'm like, 4th of July weekend. And they're like, "Okay."
Yeah, good luck.
This guy's a dreamer.
Yeah.
He's gonna make it.
They would, like, even family would come in and be like,
Yeah.
when? Like next year? No,
Yeah.
this year. In like 3 months. Okay. And even like, dude, even like until 2 weeks before we were gonna open, people were just saying that. Even
Yeah, like, you're still not
even,
gonna
like,
make it.
okay, so like even like Heidi and Jim and Polly were like, I don't know. and all I had to do was put up tables and chairs. That was it. Once the tables and chairs were put out, they're like, okay, this looks like a restaurant.
People can sit and have food. I didn't make sense now.
I was like, oh my God, that's all I had to do. I could have done that like a month ago.
Yeah.
So you're working at an Italian restaurant full time?
It was 3 days a week, 12-hour days.
Okay. And then come down here and doing the restaurant the other time. How much sleep did you get per night, would you say?
Not a lot. I would work until it was Anne and her daughters lived upstairs. And so that was part of the bit when we bought the building. I'm like, listen, you guys can stay here for free until you find a place to live. But
It's going to be loud.
I'm going to be down here tiling and doing construction.
And probably 24 hours a day.
Until I pass out. Like this is this is what we're trying to do. Like this is our goal. This is when we want to open. This is what's got to get done. And they were totally cool. God bless them. I love you guys. If you're listening to this, Anne, Ruth, Helen, you guys are
I babysat for those girls.
salt of the earth, beautiful people. Yeah.
And then worked with them.
Aren't they the best?
They were cute.
They're cute.
They're the best.
They're the best.
I
Say
don't know.
it.
I remember babysitting for them
You
upstairs.
just say what he was getting at.
Agree with me always. No, it was dude, it was wild.
Eye rolls were caught on video.
It was wild. It was just a fury fueled make it happen at all costs. kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, that was the driving force.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy, man.
No,
Get
no.
strong girl.
In this town, it's pretty fucking ballsy to
Yeah.
want to open when you did.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, I didn't have any frame of reference. All I knew was that
You married a girl that was from here.
I know,
though.
but I didn't know. Like I wasn't from here. I was just going off what they said, which is like fine. I have something to work with. You know, it wasn't like
Our population triples one day a year.
I didn't know that. I mean, I did, but I didn't. I was just like, okay, this is when we want to do it by. This would be the best for our business if we could open up this date so everybody that's coming could see it. I'm like, sweet, let's shoot for that. You know, I didn't know.
Not to get too personal, but what was the conversation between you and Heidi? Like, hey, I want to open a restaurant in Harmony. And then
Hey,
she was
I'm
like,
9
yeah,
months
sure.
pregnant.
Well, actually, dude, we just came. First of all, we were going to move here.
Okay.
We found out we were pregnant with Stella, and it was like, we want to raise our family here. I liked it here. We'd always come and visit. You know, we'd come and hang out. I'm like, I wanted to live in a small town. I like the small town vibe. And so we just came down looking for a job. We met with a couple different people that in restaurants. We met with Jeff. Yep, that's where I met Wyatt. When I came in, we were like talking about opportunities in Lanesboro, talking to some people in Chatfield here in Harmony and Preston. And this was the last place that we looked when we came down. We weren't even thinking of buying it. They were just like, hey, you should just check this place out. It's been vacant for 14 years. It's only this much money.
Yeah.
And we walked in and I was like, holy shit. This is it.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yes.
But we looked at the front of the building when we pulled out.
Yeah.
No.
I remember that.
It was rough.
I remember back when this was like the Intrepid Traveler.
Yeah.
Pool hall. And there's so many things this building used to be.
Yeah, it was Hildy's pool hall for 60 years.
My dad threw some pretty great parties here.
I hear stories all the time about
Oh, yeah.
shit that used to go down here. It's pretty great. So then we pull up and we look at the front of the building and it's like, okay, no, rough, pretty rough. And then we walked inside and it was like bare bones. There was nothing here, but it was a restaurant, and it was we could come in here and we could do our thing. And then we saw the basement. The basement was like huge with a bathroom. Like, okay, we can prep down here. This can actually work. And so, yeah, that's kind of how the genesis of it.
Yeah.
It was a cool, like, it was, you know how you get those like feelings of like when something's right and you're like, I literally walked in and started like buzzing. Like,
Vibrating.
yeah.
Jivating.
Yeah, dude. It was wild. I was like, this is it. This is it. This can work. Like
Wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the only way that we got it is the only way that it could have happened financially, you know, basically. And it was like, you know, we bought I go, Heidi, if we've totally failed and screwed this up, we got a place to live because there's an apartment upstairs.
Yeah.
You know, so but let's not do that.
Ideally.
Yeah. And then, I think Ryan Lee was first, and then Luke. Jess, I met you at Crunchies. We were eating. You came in. At Wheelers.
Pump the brakes. Yes. Pump the brakes.
You were working together, right?
Yeah, we were working together.
But I think it was at Crunchies, though, that you came
No,
over-
I came and talked to you. That was after Heidi and I had already talked about me leaving Wheelers
Okay.
and coming here.
Right on.
So that's where our, I think, first introduction was. Obviously, I knew Heidi before because,
Everybody
school
knows her.
and stuff and things.
Love you, babe. She's pretty pissed off at me right now.
Whoopsie
Edit point.
daisy.
Edit point. Pick it up.
Here we are.
And here we are on the patio.
Been going strong since the inception. Pretty crazy.
It's been wild, man. It's been wild. It's been a lot, and then stuff works out, and then you kind of take on more, and then here we are.
I remember everybody being like super excited
Yeah,
when you were starting up.
that was
It's
cool.
a big, the talk of the county.
It was a cool
You
energy.
still are.
It was a cool energy,
Yeah.
and we ride it too. Like
We've maintained it. Yeah.
Yeah. You've
I don't
been-
take it lightly. Like,
keeping it
I'm
going.
really happy, to be part of it. It's not like it's just us. We're all doing this. This restaurant shit and.
We're not blowing smoke up your ass. I mean, there's a vibe.
No, right? Yeah. No, and I dig it. It's real talk. Like I just am. I say it all the time. I'm just so thankful and humble and blessed. 'Cause
Well, I think that Harmony has an up and coming thing too because
Yeah.
you have your basis. We have a beautiful woman who came to town and has a wonderful business too.
love you, Chelsea.
Love you.
Almost got that on mic.
Are you single?
Everybody cameras.
Yep.
She
Oh, now
rocks
she's blushing.
everything.
We're turning into a restaurant town.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. They've talked about that on some of the past podcasts, how it's kind of trickling down a little
Yep.
bit, and it's expanding.
Yep.
There's cooler and cooler people getting restaurants closer and closer by.
Chelsea and I have had a great relationship and talk because we are on the same page and trying to do the same thing. She just came over and borrowed stuff for tomorrow because I had some. I borrowed stuff from her last week because I was out. She had some. It's neighborly, and we're literally just helping each other out, trying to move forward together. As
It's
businesses.
fantastic. I love having Matt in town. Yeah.
It's a
Back and forth.
Yep.
Reciprocated.
It's a symbiotic relationship, and
Always.
it's a good thing for the town. That's what I keep telling people. I'm like,
Oh.
dude, more the merrier. The tide rises. Let's keep going up. And the Harmony Spirits came in town, and that's been great. And people that come and eat here, then they go and drink there, and vice versa. And if we're full, I go to the Bite. You'll like that, or go to Breakers, get a wrap, chicken salad wrap. Or not.
That's the thing. If we don't want what you have,
Yeah.
we will send you
Yeah,
to the
suggest.
next.
Yeah, yeah.
place. Like,
Yeah, but
hey,
you
I'm
have-
looking for pasta. Hey, there's a place down the
Hey,
street.
Go to
Yeah.
Stell's.
Nope.
Hey, we're just
You
looking
like
for
pizza? Go to the
deli,
Bite.
picnic stuff. Go
You
to the Pepto-Bismol colored building over there. They have great sandwiches.
And ice cream now.
It really is.
Now that we know.
It's fair. Oh, you want? Oh.
Is it Pepto?
Yeah,
it's
booze.
Pepto.
Tit for tat. Yeah, booze for ice cream. Here we go. I can dig it.
Yeah, but you have all Harmony Spirits liquor too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also
kinda-
Malibu for Farmer Jim.
Right.
So you can have his Malibu Dr.
look
Peppers. And I think Captain for some.
I thought Captain and Dr. Pepper
No,
was
not
the
anymore.
Farmer
No
Jim.
tequila.
No tequila?
Ideas, mio.
Ay, ay, ay. Well, I mean, personally.
Probably good for me. Yeah. Tequila Wyatt. It's a hell of a Wyatt.
For all the businesses out there that think you have to compete with each other, that's absolutely not true.
Just crush your competition.
Family.
Yeah, it is nice when people are cool with each other.
Yeah, and especially in a small town.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, there's no.
Just-
It's a wasted energy. That shit talking and competition. It's not a competition.
But there's no room.
Exactly.
It's a small town.
Yeah. We're all
People talk shit constantly.
we're just trying to make it.
Just
That's it.
support.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Coexist beautifully.
Well, you got to see.
Coexist
It's not like being.
Should be a bumper
Yeah,
sticker.
it's not like being in a big city where you see people once and that's it.
Right.
Like you see each other every day.
I love that about the
You
small
see 'em
town
again.
community. It's like, to me, as I tell people, I go, it's kind of like, because I grew up in a big suburb, and it's like that. You see people this, and I graduated with like 400 people. I knew some of them, but like, it's kind of like high school, where it's like, you know everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody knows you. If you're a dick, everyone knows you're a dick.
Everyone knows you're a dick.
If you're cool, everyone knows you're cool, and you can like coexist and get along. They're like, and the ones that aren't getting along, the organism kind of naturally squeezes them out.
Weeds out,
you know, I like that. Yeah. I dig that. It's natural.
It's not
You're
necessarily
not
like
that great. We will just we will use nice to weed you out.
I had to learn that too in a game. Like if somebody doesn't like something that we feed them, they wouldn't say that. They go, "It's different." Like, what? What's that mean?
Trying to bring a little difference to the area.
Well, yeah, it's supposed to be, right? So, yeah, it's different. That means you don't like it. All right, I get it.
Like, it's not bad. It's just different.
It's just different.
Special.
It's okay.
Yeah, it ain't good.
But
either.
do we actually care? No, we don't
It's the whole
actually.
attitude.
You care a little bit, but I'm
You
just
care
saying
to
in
the
the
point where
moment.
you want the information.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you can't let it. I can't let it fester and build up and like dwell on it. But I do want to know what people think.
Well, and that's where like serving and stuff. You
I do too.
But I don't search for it though.
But no, I don't either. And I honestly, I don't read reviews.
Mhm.
I will not.
I don't either. Heidi
There's
does.
a-
Heidi
there's
does.
a-
If Heidi needs me to know something, she'll let me know. Otherwise, I don't.
So you don't read any of the comments I leave?
No.
Sorry, buddy.
Sorry.
On Facebook, I do. If you do, but not like if,
No, I'm just kidding.
like.
You haven't changed that dish.
Yes. But reviews, no.
I don't
mean,
either.
it's one of those things like most of the time, like people that leave bad reviews, they don't tell you what was bad in the restaurant.
Right.
You could have made it better.
I'm sure.
100% of the time.
Yep.
But
And there's a
they
way
don't-
to.
they don't give you the chance.
Right.
My burger wasn't cooked.
They'd rather hide behind their
You
screen.
could have asked, and I could have fixed it right there in the thing. Yeah. We have those comments too. So.
I'd love to. I'd love to fix it for you. I'd love to make it better. I'd love to do you right.
Yeah.
You know, that's the business we're in. I'm not like dreaming up ways to screw you.
Who am I gonna mess with today? I'm gonna pick one person
Yeah, you know.
and make their salad slightly different than they're used to.
Less dressing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Cabbage in there. Got you good.
That would be perfect.
Yeah. See,
love
you
cabbage
were
in
that
there.
problem.
Please put cabbage.
5 stars.
Coleslaw salad.
Yeah.
5 stars. Coleslaw salad.
Oh boy.
Yes.
I don't even watch these or listen to these.
Me neither. Sorry.
I'm just. And it's not that I don't want. I don't want to get hung up or caught up or in my own head. Like, I just want to be a part of it and do it. And I like hanging out with you guys, and I like hanging out with new people and meeting people and stuff. I did watch yours because me and yours.
You about that?
I did.
Had some good bits. Good bits.
I laugh my ass off. But other than that, I don't. I just enjoy the time that we have, and it's good. And then we move forward. You know, or else I get hung up on shit. Should have said that. That was dumb. I'm an idiot. You know.
What's the point?
I said
Go with the flow.
That's it. Yeah.
I generally watch all your podcast videos, but I definitely won't watch this one.
Right? See, it's the same thing. Because you're in it.
I am the most not
Not.
person.
Not.
I'm-
I exist
She's the
in
it girl, but
not
she's the
way.
not person.
I exist in the not way.
No, it's weird. It's a weird thing. It's like a mindset, you know. Like, I really enjoyed. I remember them all, and I remember most of the topics and cool stuff we've talked about, especially the stuff that I learned from other people. You know,
Yeah.
It's part of the reason I do it. I just really enjoy that. But yeah, I think you can get hung up on yourself a little bit too much, or a little bit egotistical, or I don't want to do that.
Met some pretty cool people so far.
It's been really great. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this one for
super
a week.
fun.
I keep on calling you guys every day. I'm like, you're still doing it. You're still doing it. You're
Yes,
still doing it. You're
yes,
still doing
yes.
it.
We're on,
We're
right?
here, we're here, we're here.
Bonus, I'm here.
Then we got
Special guest.
Andrew. Bonuses.
Yeah, a few bonuses.
Great bonuses.
No, super fun. Well, and for her too to like have another business in town and she tackles she's the accountant. She orders food. She works however many hours a week. You are a jack of all trades, even though you bitch about it a lot because it's overwhelming.
Boss babe.
And I'm there to hear you. You take that on and you do it mildly gracefully. I wouldn't say entirely gracefully, but
It's quite a load.
Gracefully,
Enough.
maybe, well, definitely not to you.
no, you never would to me. You're the
You
same
have all the
way.
grace.
Ah, the grace. That's why I named my daughter.
Nope. But you do all the things.
The accounting thing is what I'm working on now.
It's
That's
fun.
that's the next phase.
You want some help?
I do actually. I was gonna.
I did that for 10 years.
I know you did. And I was actually gonna come and say, here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm looking at. Here's where I need to improve.
See right there, helping.
Yeah. No, I know that, and I'm humble enough to know that I need help.
Ask for help when you need help. Okay?
No,
You need to be
numbers
able to ask for
hurt.
help. Dude, math is not my strong suit.
It's a lot.
That's one thing,
2,
like,
2,
I,
4.
it's,
After that,
you know,
Keep it warm for her.
second nature, but I know.
Yeah, you just do it.
But, I don't know, it's just pulling everything together and then getting overwhelmed.
Right.
Like, when I owned the place in Lanesboro, it was way easier because I had like 5 employees.
Sure.
But now I have 17 to 20.
damn.
And, you know, just adding the employees on there itself, not even the fact that the building's bigger and the
Right.
business is bigger and everything.
More moving parts,
There's a lot more. Like, it's a lot more.
and it adds up fast.
It does.
God damn it.
It's really.
That's the thing,
does.
because as we've expanded, as we take on more, it's more you got to look after.
Yeah,
It's more you have to keep your eye on. It's more that you can't let just go to the wayside.
right. But you're still on the schedule. You still gotta be there.
Right. Yeah, I think that's where the checks and balances, even like for your own time and sanity, plays. You
Sanity
know?
what?
Yeah. Wait. You're crazy.
So Matt, what do you think about menu sizes? I mean, I think smaller,
Smaller,
more
better.
better quality, smaller menu is better than having a million things to look through and
I've
just
always
having
thought that.
mediocre.
I've always thought
Ooh.
that, and then last year we jumped from 24 items to 49.
So you pretty
And
much
it
doubled.
was
Over
literally just to see what this new system could handle. I wanted to push her
Yeah.
as hard as it could go, and we did, and it was exhausting, and kind of just to figure out what not to do mostly, and to find some new dishes and to find some new systems and stuff. But other than that, smaller, more efficient, better techniques. Absolutely, every time. But I did do that last year, literally, because we changed everything. I wanted to see what the new battleship could handle, kind of.
Well, that and you can use things that you make for one dish on 3 or 4 other ones.
Yeah, it's
you
very,
know,
very versatile.
instead of
versatile.
having separate items for every single thing. You know.
Yeah, if you don't do that, you run out of time. You run out of product a lot. Your cooks get overwhelmed. That was a huge thing last
more
year.
space.
Just working the
Just-
grill station last year, like I literally had to do it for the first 2 months just to figure it out. There was so
Yeah.
much shit. It's like
Well, with the space in there, how much teaching could you do? Like having somebody like over you,
oh, that too.
the
But-
room to have, because you have to teach somebody to do if you're not gonna do
You
it.
gotta hover a little.
You gotta hover.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when it's new and you're not really 100%,
It's hard to show somebody else.
Yeah,
what
exactly.
you do,
Like,
and you're
I'm still figuring this
it
shit out. I can't just turn the keys over to the new Battleship. I'm going to Battleship. I like
That'll shit's good.
the old
Ironside.
Yeah, it's Galactica. But dude. But anyway, so we honed it down now to I think 30 items, maybe a little less, 28. And tonight, on a Saturday night, on Memorial Day weekend, 15-year-old 10th grader Maddox Wolfgram worked the grill and knocked it out of the park.
Woo!
Yeah,
Start 'em young.
Dude.
Seriously, some of these young people coming in, they really know what they're doing.
It's like playing a video game for them.
Not that they know what they're doing right away, but they pick it up.
They take to it real fast.
And they just run with it, and it's fantastic. Some of these young people are just phenomenal.
Like they're meant for this industry.
Why isn't
Yes.
Frank here? No, Frank.
I gotta do a shout out to Brian and Mindy Wolfgram. They do a lot of cooking at their house, and maybe that's where Maddox picked it up a little bit. But we used to hang out back in the day, and they always were putting together really innovative stuff and really cool stuff.
They're awesome people, man. They come and eat and hang out all the time. I love them. Always good to talk to. Good people. Maddox would watch me last year, like I was talking about, trying to figure out the new menu, and like I'm a bull in a china shop. Move, coming through. This, that. I'm putting stuff in the oven for 30 minutes from now, hoping it's done. Like, just grasping, trying, failing, and barely holding on. And he's just standing there like, holy shit. He's just working the fries, you know. And I'm like, Maddox, get it out! And
What have I gotten myself into?
yeah, dude. I mean, it was like that when we did our soft opening. When we changed the whole system that first night, 3 people quit.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't blame them. I mean, it was that messed up. It was nuts. I mean, I was like, holy shit, what have we done? But the next night was better, and the next night was better, and then I was like, okay, this is gonna work. This is gonna
Progression.
Yeah, exactly. You know, but that.
Then you can realize also like what works, what's fast, the timing
What
of everything.
absolutely does not work.
Exactly, and that's
Stuff that
the
just-
main thing of getting rid of.
Yeah, so
Like,
that
this
like
didn't work.
throws a
Cut it.
wrench
86
in
it
every
now.
throws a wrench in the middle of everything
Yep.
and
like,
just
well, that doesn't
messes
and
everything up.
That's the beauty of having your own business. Like, this is not the Cheesecake Factory or Perkins or something. Well, no, it's got to be this way. It's like, no, it doesn't. Bye.
yeah.
That's not a thing anymore.
No,
You know.
it's not.
So did you
Yeah.
find like dishes that you like were like these are sellers that are really really
Absolutely.
well? Like it was like, oh, these I didn't expect this one to do this, but it just went, and you're like, that's now.
Rice bowls.
Yeah,
The
bowls.
curry
Oh,
one.
man,
that
bowls
was
are
new.
insane.
The
Super
curry
easy
one
to
was
People love
put
bowls.
together too.
Rice bowls are king. They're
Yeah.
our number one seller.
It's like,
I put 2 on out of just like, I'm gonna try this.
Yeah.
And it's
Sure.
honestly, it's what I like. So I
Yeah.
put them on because that's what I just make myself all the time. And now there's 8 rice bowls.
That's pretty much what I have at home. It's like side rice and something, and
Yeah.
put it in a bowl, and
With the rice bowls, though, there's something to be
It
said
is.
about the people that are like gluten free and everything. Like, you can accommodate when you have your rice bowls. You can accommodate for
Absolutely.
more people.
There's more options.
Yeah,
You know?
there's.
We get that a lot when people
allergies, there's
call up, like,
choices,
is there any?
there's the celiac.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, what are you
What can we
actually-
eat? Well, you can eat the whole right side of the menu.
all of this. Yeah,
Like, as long as you're honest
the
with
items
me.
here are perfectly fine for you.
Safe. These won't kill you.
Yeah.
Any of them.
Well,
we got-
just go on that side.
3 rules: pay your bill, don't be a jerk, and don't die. That's it.
3 good rules.
Yeah.
Pretty easy to
They're
follow,
fair.
too.
They're
Yeah.
fair.
That's all we got. Yeah, man. Rice bowls are pork nuggets and rice bowls.
You can do pretty much anything
Pork
with
nuggets
those.
are so. I
We had them last night. We came here for
Recently?
supper.
recently, just some of my cooks had never had the pork nuggets
Uh-huh.
here before. Like,
Blasphemer.
whoa, what the fuck is wrong?
So you ordered some, brought them to your restaurant,
I
and fed them.
I walked in the front door, came to pick them up, ran back to my restaurant.
Yes.
Middle of dinner rush, walked in with a, like, hey guys, here you go.
Put this
And
in
they're
your
like,
mouth.
You just
Oh yeah, you're right. These pork nuggets are fire. I know.
I love that.
that's great.
I love that, man.
I'm being sorry, children.
Yeah, the kids.
And cooking everything from scratch is way better too, because you can change things the way you like it instead of just opening a bag and being like, here you go.
Yeah, dude.
Like with her, like our sauces, like she got really exhausted with not being able to get like cases of Thousand Island and everything. So she just started making all of them, and when you serve them, like, oh, it's house made.
Yeah, there's
people
a lot
light
to it.
up.
It's so easy.
Yeah, you just gotta do it.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
just doing it.
Just gotta do it.
Scratch Kitchen's more than meets the eye.
Do you make them in 5-gallon buckets?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
That was my branding iron experience. It basically like the drill.
We're done.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Okay.
You can handle.
It's called pork nuggets. Just get
That's
two.
where it all came from.
That's where it came from.
Those were some wild nights, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wild. There was nothing out here. There was grass.
Like every time I come over, I'm like, "There's more."
Yeah.
And there's more.
Well, we weren't even going to do anything this year, and then
Yeah.
there was just a mud patch there. And we had all.
A kid's play. It's a kid's play area.
Yeah, I know. We were, well,
Something on
we're like, what do you want to do? I don't know. Just put down grass seed. I put grass seed down, and that didn't work. I put gravel down. Like, I don't know. And then Jim's like, well, you have all the boards from the old deck.
Okay.
And that's super awesome.
Yeah.
It costed labor.
Yeah. I got that bill today from my brother Enos.
I was gonna say, I would suggestion if you had a big mud pile.
Matt, I know you don't want this, but I'm going to give it to you anyway.
Why didn't you just do mud wrestling night?
I know. I had that idea.
Just pull up
Why
boards.
It got kind of.
I got tools.
Just drill
Pull 'em
a
up.
big circle in the board.
They can like come out and then like go back in. Mud wrestling night, you like line it, just spray it down with some water.
If you go first, like John Candy and Stripes,
yeah,
then,
yeah,
You know he would.
you know, yeah,
anything to help a business.
anything for the local
Especially
business.
if it was you and him.
Yeah, well, huh? Hey,
As long as I can wear like a luchador mask and like a,
rascals.
yeah, unitards.
I'm in.
Yeah,
This is the Harmony Renaissance.
this is gonna get weird, and I like it.
I dig it. No, I think, and you guys can tell me even more, but this my feeling of because you guys all grew up here, but my feeling of Harmony where it's at now, and in its own way, is kind of like what Lanesboro maybe was 20 years ago. 15, 20 years before Lanesboro blew up.
Yeah,
Like, because it's busier every summer here, tourism.
yeah.
It's got its own kind of farm town, Amish, restaurant town, antique gift shop, small town vibe. It's not Lanesboro because that's
It's
on the river, and that's
And it doesn't have a theater.
We don't have-
Yeah.
and we don't have a waterfall.
yeah.
We do. We have an underground waterfall at Niagara.
I'm not trying to say it's Lanesboro, but I'm trying to say it's as far as like the tourism and the
Yeah, I think it's blown up like everywhere. It's starting to like get in on, like not get in on it, but like kind of figuring it out. Like, hey, and it's good for all of the towns
Preston,
around here.
too. Preston's
doing awesome
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Like, having those shops downtown and all those stores are starting to get filled
Dude,
up.
you see the billboards? New billboards that they're putting up? I think.
Right.
Yeah, it's paddle fish experience Preston.
Cool.
Drift
Yeah,
lights,
having
all
that
of the
having
drift
that
lights
downtown.
Bob's picture
Oh yeah, of
is
course
on
it
the,
is.
on the billboard.
Oh wow, really? Bob got a picture in something.
Bob Smock.
Bob's got a picture in something. Another. He was like half the calendar one year. He's like, yeah, it was like half the Fillmore County Journal calendar was just his pictures.
Dude,
They're good pictures. Don't get me
No, it
wrong.
was a picture of the river.
They're great pictures.
Yeah.
He's got really nice cameras.
He's aged very well.
It's all in the camera.
Is it
It's just
seen, like,
pictures of
the
Bob
picture him
smiling.
and the picture of him?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like the
That one's a good
afro picture.
Yeah.
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 That one's pretty gnarly.
He's
Fillmore
great,
County
man.
in general.
He does a
Oh,
good
yeah.
job.
He does. He does.
He is awesome.
And that's why he's half of the pitchers in the county. And like,
He's got a monopoly.
he's got it unlocked. He's like, I'm gonna move this town where nobody has a camera.
He's got to do
And take all the pictures.
Every town.
Estelle's bathing suit
has
Why does he
under
have
Bob
picture.
Smock.
All right, that's you
Yes,
and
yeah.
you.
Yeah, for sure.
He
All
just
of
travels
you.
around and takes pictures and fishes and yeah,
A lot
loving
of,
it.
a lot
Loving
of
it.
pastry pictures.
Oh yes, I have. Well, I got him a job at the Stone Mill doing breakfasts.
Nice.
So he goes and picks up all the pastries in the pastry shop in the morning. And I guarantee, like every morning he goes there. He
morning.
takes a picture of all the pastries. And look, yeah,
Shout out to Brett. Love
shout out
that
to
guy.
Brett.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's fantastic.
I love that dude.
He's wonderful.
He was supposed to be on the podcast 2 weeks ago, and he had to go help his daughter move to college or something. But we're gonna have him on for sure.
Nice.
They
Yeah.
have like 5 kids, right? 'Cause he's got
4
the-
daughters.
The beautiful
4 daughters?
Norwegian wife. 4 daughters? What?
I was waiting for it.
Just
thought he had four-
jokes. Just
I thought he had 4
bits.
daughters.
Bits.
It's a bit.
It's a bit.
It's a bit. Just a bit.
But yeah, hell of a cook and just a throwback.
Oh,
He's
fun.
he's a fun throwback dude. He reminds me, and I'm going to tell him this story too when we're on the podcast. So sorry if you guys are listening and you hear it again when I'm on there. But there was a dude that worked at like the VFW breakfast joint in Prior Lake that we would go just hang out with in the morning, and he was like Brett, where he'd be like, "What do you guys want?" And then he'd be like, "I'm hungover. Come in here and help me cook." I'm like,
All right.
that's sweet, man. Just grab those plates and come here and I'll do that. I'm like, dude, Brett's totally that guy. It's like you're walking into his garage, you know. And he's,
When I was in Lanesboro with my restaurant, like he was one of the people I could actually go to be like, hey, you know, I'm kind of out of this. You got something you can spare? And he'd be like, no, but why are you doing it that way?
yep,
You can do it this way.
yep.
No, but you're supposed
Yo,
to.
he
A wealth of
is
knowledge.
it's so awesome.
He is, dude.
But
way
yeah,
smarter.
he'd help if he could, and
Yeah.
you know, I'd always help him out too. You know, there's always been CO2 going back and forth.
No.
Check the text.
But I just remember like going in there and like I think I ordered
I
a
caught that.
Euro omelet one morning and I called it in and he answered the phone. And apparently he doesn't like making those when they're not like on the special.
Sure.
And he just goes, really? And I was like,
Nice.
or like a sausage omelet or like everything hash or you know, whatever you want to make me. He's like, no, I'll do it. 10 minutes. Hangs out like.
That's what I'm talking
So
about.
like I get there and like I'm like, oh yeah, then I'll have like this pastry and that pastry and this pastry. And I bought like 4 or 5 extra pastries.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Smooth it out.
It took me a long time to figure out his humor, and I was like, I think he just hates me.
No,
And now
yeah.
he's just like, no, he's like
That's what
messing, he loves messing with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's his pleasure.
I love it.
I
love
know,
it now.
right?
So much. It's so great.
I dig it, man. That's our favorite place to eat breakfast. We love it.
By far in the area, by far
100%.
that is the
The
best place.
for breakfast.
Yeah.
He doesn't have like a menu per se, but
I love that too. This
yeah,
is what
you
we got
walk in
today.
there and like, I want an omelet. Just put fucking everything into
Yeah.
it. Like that's what I want. I'm not
How do you know what
mad
to
about
order?
it.
What do you like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Say what
that's
you
don't
like,
need
and
it.
he'll make it.
What is that
It's so
entail?
cool.
He
Like,
can do it.
He
like
just cooks whatever.
Yeah,
people come
that's
in
what
and
I'm
don't
saying.
understand the concept.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know.
Well,
What
there's
to
specials on the board. Well, there's no specials today. What do you like? It was like omelets with this and that and this and that.
Okay.
There.
All right.
You
we're
did
here.
it.
I think
Yeah.
I call that a scratch kitchen.
Yeah.
Double scratch?
Well, that just means like, you know, you don't have to like go by a certain recipe. You
No,
know,
yeah.
you can just
Cook.
put what you want, make it. You
Yeah.
know, you don't have to have everything
and
like
he
measured out perfect and
That's also like
whatever.
that, like-
make everything the same every time.
yep.
You just
And he cooks
Just make-
everything in cast iron, which
Yeah.
I love. You see him back there, you can see him there, and he cooks everything in cast
And also, if
iron.
he's out of something, he's out of something. He
Yeah.
doesn't, he doesn't like, oh no, I didn't get that today. It's like,
Yeah.
nah, we just don't have it.
Yeah. It's
like-
simple.
Yeah.
You got hollandaise today? No.
No.
All right, then I don't want to eggs Benny, you know. So I'll just do this.
All right.
Benedict with mustard.
You got any hollandaise? No, we're done. It's all gone.
Just eat some pastries and go
Yeah.
away.
Can I have
You could
coffee?
operate
not
on
today.
that
You pissed me off. Get out.
aspect.
Dude, their coffee, I love their coffee. It tastes like yeast, like bread yeast, because they're baking there all the time.
Yeah.
And it's got a cool like aftertaste. Like it's
I was gonna
odd,
say, I don't know if that's
but I
like-
like it.
Some people would say
It's odd, but I like it.
it's coffee.
Yeah,
It's like somebody you go and like, I want a cup of coffee, and like, here's your coffee.
that's a cup of Joe.
Yeah, it's like any like those diners in the movies. Like, here's your cup of coffee.
100%, dude.
And anybody that goes there on a regular basis doesn't ask for coffee. They just go get their own.
Yeah, and if you
So
get,
cool.
and I know you're probably gonna talk about all this stuff too, but yeah, and then if you get your own, you have to walk around and check everybody else's coffee.
Yes.
It's your personal
Yeah, it's like,
responsibility.
okay, I got-
You finish
work
the
here?
pot.
Oh, you start a new one,
Right.
you like flip it over, and go, you
I guess.
make sure you tell them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're opening up a breakfast joint, and I'm like telling Heidi that I go, a lot of these things that they do, we need to do, because
it's hometown. It's
it
like-
is.
And then-
I'm not gonna lie, I'm so ready for you to open that breakfast joint.
Yeah.
Please do it like tomorrow.
No.
Because
By the 4th.
Come on, man. You can do it again. You can do it again.
Round two,
We're
right?
all hired.
Oh
Your first employer right here. Your second employer. Keep asking, yeah, but keep saying no.
Oh, it's fun.
I know you get all the questions. I get all the questions.
See all the answers.
Yes, you do. They ask everybody.
And I just tell him, like, I know he's opening shortly.
Shit. Soon-ish.
Soonish.
It'll be
Shortly.
it'll be a restaurant.
Hey,
He's working on it.
That I know.
it's happening. Breakfast.
It's coming together.
Matt, what do you,
Soonish.
With this thing, it's
I know.
it's like we already have this other big thing going on.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, exactly. We're sitting in it.
Oh,
It's like
I'm so glad we could be outside though. That's
I thought you were
fun.
talking
this is
about
great.
yeah. Of course, Luke. Nothing but the podcast matters. You know that.
doing something.
You know that. Nothing but the podcast matters. And so it's changed concepts 4 times, and it's changed lead people running the thing with me 5 times, and it's like I'm not rushing it, and I'm not like there's no deadline.
you don't need to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
When you're ready.
When it happens, it's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen. That's what I know.
Let's do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, take your time, but hurry up.
It's the runoff of the people asking questions of when I'm gonna open it to you.
Hey, when are you gonna open up for breakfast?
Right.
I'm not.
No, not happening. Not ever happening.
Never.
Matt, what do you think about just having fresh ingredients delivered here from gardens just like right outside of town?
It's pretty
You know?
cool.
It's like
The Amish
Yeah.
family work with the Gingriches.
they make some. It makes your
There's a
food.
hitching post out back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it
Classic harmony.
so much
Right?
better too. You know.
They put it in. They come on Saturday. They came today. They give me the list of what they have available, and I tell them what to bring, and then they come back on Tuesday morning and bring it right down to the walk-in.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Every time they roll in, the only song we're thinking about is Wild Stallion.
No, they're awesome, man. And I just told this story today. Like the first time we started getting produce from them, this is the first year we're open. Like I didn't know that's what. Like I would eat it. I'm like, oh, that's what cauliflower is supposed to taste like.
Yeah, it's not just like a foam
Did you just say
looking tomato. You know.
Is that what it's called? Cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
What I say?
Cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
That's how-
Cauliflower.
Isn't that how you say it?
That's what.
Cauli.
How do you say it?
Cauliflower.
broccoli.
Cauli.
I don't know.
Cauli.
Cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
I said it weird.
It's white
I thought you said
broccoli.
it normal.
Anyway,
Just saying it phonetically.
yeah. But just like real produce.
Yeah, none of like
Like
the
it-
tomatoes look the same. They still have like dirt on them. Like,
I
everything,
grew up
like,
eating
looks
Rainbow Foods and Cub Foods, and like that's not real.
No, it's got wax on it.
Yeah.
It's got,
Yeah.
you know,
It's
all these,
delicious.
you know. No,
You're not supposed to wash that up, right?
You get, yeah, it's just different, and you're like, and potatoes. Potatoes were a big one.
Oh, sure.
The potatoes that we would get from the cities, and you'd fry them up because of the GMOs and shit in them. They fried shitty. They get
Yeah.
limp. They get dark, and like these are real potatoes. They fry up crispy. They look like kettle chips. Like
Yeah.
oh shit, because there's no stuff in them.
Yeah, there's
yeah, everything's just
And also, they don't care what they look like when they sell them to you.
Just
Right.
So they can be like the
water and
weirdest,
starch.
biggest tomato thing.
Yeah.
It's like,
But when you're
oh, that doesn't
slicing
work
them-
for the produce
No.
section in our store. So you get the ones that look kind of nice.
Has to look.
It's like,
just
doesn't matter.
like
And they're
Probably
all-
bulbous one's probably really good.
juicy.
It's got all kinds of juice.
Yeah, you cut it open and just like juice goes everywhere.
Dude,
You know.
I love eating those waxy vegetables because every time you rub your tongue over your teeth, you hear.
I'm the DJ.
It's the bush light talking. I'm sorry.
Oh, the bush lights attack.
Keep drinking, Luke. I love it.
Yeah. More of
I'm out.
that,
The
please.
husband needs to bring more.
But it makes everything so much better too. You know,
Oh, man,
salads,
It's your base, your foundation.
even the eggs.
Yeah.
You know,
They're rich.
Like-
Like the eggs. That was a new one too. Like making your pasta with eggs, like fresh farm eggs. And the price is right. That's the other thing. Like it's available, and everybody wins. Like they get paid. We get a good product. It's not astronomical, you know, like because you could get that stuff from a purveyor, but you're paying out your ass for it.
yep.
Yeah.
And it's
And you're getting like a subpar product
Mm-hmm.
too.
Just it says organic on it, so you pay more for it.
It
right,
says organic.
but it's not
But you
real.
can put,
like
you can put Amish produce on there. You get like,
Amish organic.
holy shenanigans. They got it from the Amish.
Yep.
And it impresses a lot of people. And it's good.
It is
There's-
good.
Yeah, dude. They
It's just
do good
better.
work.
yeah, because it's like real.
They do good work.
They do.
The legend of fresh eggs. You heard that one?
To tell, Luke.
The legend. You gotta live here to understand.
Yeah, I don't know if we
know?
can talk about
You
that
don't
right
know.
now, but
Dedicating your life to that.
Yeah.
I have a great Amish woman who comes in, Fina. She's great. She comes in and she totally surprises people because she tips. She has a stone in her ring. Like,
Nice.
yeah, it's, I don't know. People come in and they want to like view the Amish like zoo animals, and it's really exhausting when you grow up here.
Yeah,
like,
that's
no,
weird.
they're people.
Yep.
Like, they're people.
That's weird.
Yeah, no,
Dude,
it
there's some of
is.
them like good friends. Like I have really great conversations with Enos, with Daniel that we work with produce, his wife Fanny. We have a cleaning lady named Lizzie. She comes and we hang out. Like, and they're just real,
They're normal.
They're real
salt
people.
of the earth,
They're real normal people.
and it's
Cleaners
like,
and stuff too.
yeah,
Like everybody else.
just like everybody else.
Yeah. And then you
It's
get
just like
Only
everything.
they work really motherfucking hard. Yeah.
only they,
hard,
yeah,
too.
they work way harder.
There's certain religious things that don't, like, I've seen so many people that it just irritates me when they run up to them and like try and snap pictures of them, because that's not okay.
Right.
It wouldn't be okay to me
Yeah.
either. Like, what the hell are you doing? I don't know you guys. Take a picture of me, you weirdo.
He's got a bandana on.
Oh, get him! Get him! Oh, he's
I'm not Tom Cruise.
nice. That was
Quit shitting the
timing
bed,
was
Amber.
great with that.
Hey, why would you do that to a person? That's
Yeah.
just not
It is.
okay.
Yeah. Ain't from around here.
It's just
I
ridiculous.
know.
Like, ooh, do they drink
What do they
when they're
like?
under?
Well,
Yeah,
sometimes
do
I
they
run up
drink
and-
when they're
I take
underage? I don't
snapshots
know.
of-
Did you?
Yeah.
Sometimes I run up and take snapshots of Ryan Lee when I see him in public.
It doesn't mean I like
It's a
it.
little different. You've known him for a long time.
Yeah, but I like it.
I like the attention.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Got your camera, start snapping.
Strike a pose. Vogue.
In Vogue.
In Vogue.
We're all looking at you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do something for us.
Ryan.
do a trick.
Make it dirty. Make it
Shake
dirty. Oh my goodness.
No, I'm very impressed with how real they are and hardworking and just caring, nice people.
Oh.
Like,
yeah.
every one of them I met, like, they're not. There's no weirdness. They just want to talk. They just want to hang out. It's a normal conversation and it's easy.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, all right, man, these are great people. Just like, yeah.
They are great people.
Everybody tries. I mean, good college effort.
Yeah.
Great people.
We were doing some work and like one of the woodworkers out in the community And we go out to his place, and it's just like, yeah, him and Rick are just going like back and forth, like snapping at each other a little bit here and there. He's like, okay, we'll be back next week for that. Oh, no, I'm going to be up fishing. I'm not going to be here next week. You're going to have to wait 2 weeks.
It's a great.
When are you going to be? I'm going to go on the whole next week through this. And it's like, all right. So they love getting out and going, like,
Yeah.
huge fishing
They go
trips.
on
And
vacation too.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, you can call me, but I'm not going to answer. That's what they say.
I asked that Dan, like, what do you know the weather? You know, like, you don't have any radio or hear anything. He's like, see that rock out there? Yeah. If it's wet, it's raining. Nice.
That's fair.
That's
What
true.
he insane.
I have a confession to make. I'm ex-Amish.
Just because you live without power for a few days doesn't make it's called camping.
Even in Rochester,
Gotta pay your bills.
I work with people,
dude.
used to work with people in
The
Rochester.
utility bill, bro.
And they're like, once you tell them that you're from Harmony, they're like, oh, are you ex-Amish? Every time.
Yeah, I know that too.
You would not
Yeah, I've
even
heard-
like.
yeah.
You wouldn't be pegged for something like that. Like your
Look at my scrunchy
facial
shit.
hair, like you would be.
Yeah, this gets
this-
pegged.
I look ex-Amish.
The
Nice.
facial hair. I don't know.
I get pegged.
You.
I'm good Amish stock right here. I look like I can work a field.
Do I look like I can do a backflip off a barn? I don't think so.
Yeah, actually, you could do it. I can see you doing a backflip.
Need at least
He can
4 bushels.
go. He can drink
God.
a beer in 7 seconds. What do we have?
I'm
him done
nice, nice,
before?
maybe.
Get it?
What are we talking about?
4 seconds?
Oh, yeah.
Like 4 seconds.
You want to race?
I'm pretty
You
sure.
got a bottle of.
We're going for a run?
Pull one out.
I gotta
For the podcast.
Beat, bop, beat, boot.
There is, but it's for a private party. And they're warm. Double whammy. I don't want to drink a warm Miller Lite right now.
Oh, that sounds just delectable.
Chef's choice.
Sleep on that table for 10 minutes.
Grossness.
Warm
This is a
piss.
delicacy. You just tell everybody. This is a delicacy around here.
Doug's in the house.
The Amish drink these all the time.
Oh, well.
Ooh la la.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
That's great.
Cheers.
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 What's that?
Matt, what do you think the hardest thing was when you first started? Like, not when you opened, but
our asses.
yeah, but
Dealing
like
with
That's why
YouTube.
Travis
I would say 2 weeks before you open. You know, when it was getting to be crunch time, and you're like, all right.
Juggling.
Bad time to learn to juggle if you're.
The different personas that were involved.
Oh.
And because I was the only one that had actually opened and run a restaurant before, there was a lot of doubt and pressure from business partners, from different sources that were involved, and just smoothing that out so that I could actually just work. You know, because that's most of my job is making sure everybody else is good so that I can do my job. Like I have to do these 80% of things. Like we're talking about accounting, we're talking about scheduling, we're talking about, you know, checking with my front of the house manager, we're talking about ordering, we're talking about, you know, catering, we're talking about correspondence, we're talking about emails, we're talking about, you know, just all these other things. And then I get to cook.
Right.
You know,
Then I get to do what I wanted to do.
Exactly.
And then, yeah, all that
You
before
know?
you could even do.
Yeah. So I mean,
the thing you're wanting to do.
opening up the restaurant, of actually like getting your liquor license, getting your all your stuff lined up with purveyors, getting your, you know, your contract license, your business license, like all these things that you have to do, and then also with, like I said, like I had, my wife was my business partner, my mother and father-in-law were my business partner, of juggling their concerns and making sure they're in a good place,
Right.
and that all the X's and O's were lined up to just cook food and serve food. That was the hardest part, because before that I had never had to do that. All I had to do was show up, work my station. You know, I was the manager of a restaurant, so I did some things, but it wasn't like the pressure of making it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Right?
already established,
Yeah.
and you just kind of jumped
I just
in.
kind of did my job.
Come in and do it.
You know, here's your job, here's your assignment, here's your responsibilities. Boom. With running a business, it was like, oh my God, this is all on me. I mean, and not to say it's all on me, but like I'm responsible to make sure everybody's in the right place and all these things are lined up so that we can actually just do, right? That was the hardest thing, for sure. And it's like, you know, like going back to like just putting up the tables and chairs, shit like that, where it's like, oh my God, that's all I had to do. You know?
Yeah, then you're like, all right, everything's coming together.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
looking
we're
like a
looking good. We're
restaurant.
gonna be okay.
Itemized
Yeah.
list. Check one thing off and just like, okay. Oh, got it. Got it.
And that gets easier with time, and then it all changes because then you change and you redo the menu, and people quit, and they get new hires, and
But you know how to do
a
it now.
pandemic happened. You know, just like, but you have those processes, those systems in place, and you like you're saying, I've done it before. Now, so
Yeah.
I'm equipped. It's not like, oh my God, what do we do? It's like, well, we did this, and this the last 5 times. Maybe we'll do this.
Did
and
this work? Did that not work?
Exactly. Yeah. But that was the first go. The first time around, that was it. That was the hardest thing, just because it was pressure.
And me and Ryan Lee can attest that you really never got pissed at us if we didn't. I don't think we fucked anything up like royally.
No.
But I mean,
No, but
Yeah, but
pressure
that-
builds up
Royally.
with that kind of stuff.
Right.
But
Slightly.
it never like carried over into the kitchen relationship. You know.
yeah, we always maintained a good line of communication.
Which is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I'll never
And that helps a lot. I mean, you don't want to come in, not know what you're doing,
Right.
and then have somebody breathing down your neck and just, you know, basically not like yelling at you, but just
Well,
giving the mad vibe.
Yeah,
all
and
the
it's
time,
taking
you know?
out your like the bosses and people that I've had that do that to me. They take out their insecurities on the person below them, right?
Right.
So if I don't know what's going on, you have to be able to say to like, listen, I'm still trying to figure this out, and this didn't work last time, so we're gonna try this, rather than just putting it
Yeah.
on you, saying you're an idiot. Why didn't you do this? It's like, well, you didn't say that. You only know what you know, and you don't know
Right.
what you don't know, right? And it's just like we have to talk about.
You have to be approachable
Yeah.
for people to ask questions and, you know, whatever.
And that's the best way forward. I've always said that too, man. It's like, dude, if you don't tell me what you want, because you don't know what you want, what the fuck are we talking about? You know?
You do a good enough job. Like I did everything you told me to do.
Yeah.
Like, well, it didn't work.
Right.
Like, well,
that's-
tell me to do something else.
Exactly. You know, like,
I was doing everything you said.
Welcome to a corporate kitchen.
Exactly.
Oh, that
dude.
corporate kitchen is the worst.
Well, that's why I can't. I couldn't do it.
It's the worst.
I can't do that. I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't
It's
make
horrible.
it. And I'm blessed in that I've only ever worked in an environment like this. This is how
Yeah.
I learned to cook at my brother's restaurant. This is how they did it, you know? And so that's how I did it with you guys, because that's how I learned. It's like, hey,
And going from this to a corporate
Okay.
kitchen,
Let's take a break here and watch you cough on It's all happening.
Let it out.
Chelsea's dying.
I can very much appreciate the more fluid
You said that
environment
you're
that you created
Thanks, man.
because
You're right.
it definitely helped alleviate the stress a lot. I would say
It's a stressful.
because it's already
Thing
a
anyway.
fairly stressful
Right.
business, you know.
Right.
So when it's less about of an exact science. Like I'm not sitting there, you're not telling me, oh, you got to make sure you get it. Your ticket times have to be this all the time, or
Right.
you got to have this specific measurement all the time. Because I've been in there before too, and you know it's fine, but I don't know.
There's more nuance to it
There's
than
more
that.
nuance to it.
Well, you can
Absolutely.
throw a wrench into it too, where as a server, you guys are busting your ass in there, but we get a dish where
It's not cutting it.
I'm not gonna serve this, and
Yep.
we send it back, and then you have to somehow find a balance where you're not gonna have bad rapport with your kitchen for the rest of
Sure.
the night. Like, hey, I'm sorry for lack of a better word, this looks like shit. Please remake it because we are the, We're the
You're
one.
gonna- you're gonna-
Yes, I'm the one that's gonna get my ass chewed.
You're gonna get
for that.
You always said it so nicely to us.
Smile.
But that's
Smile.
the communication.
No, that is.
You have to be able to communicate that. You have to be able to talk about that and be like, listen, this is not going to be perfect every time. But
But when
we're
it's really
striving.
not
We're striving for
perfect.
that.
Yeah.
But when you fuck up, it's fucked up. It's like, hey, you can't serve that.
No, you gotta fix it.
You got to fix it.
Yes.
Like, and I always say, like, would you eat that? If that showed up, would you want to eat
Would
that?
you pay for that?
Exact. Oh my god! Right?
Yeah.
I'm a push-ups probably.
Yeah, I'd probably. I
Like, yeah, of
personally
course.
would probably- I
They'll
would
do better
not
next
pay
time.
for that.
Yeah, it's an off night.
Well, that's where that weird dynamic between like the front of the house and the kitchen comes in, where we know they're slammed. And remember that tiny ass like griddle you had when you first started, that little guy?
I remember.
24 incher.
My God, like the shit
Good enough for some people.
stuff you put out.
Some people think
It's
it's adequate.
fine, yeah.
It served its purpose.
Oh,
Here, your size doesn't matter.
he's so cute.
No, but
But no, but that's real. Like, but at the same time, you don't want to be a dick.
But
Like, you don't
24
want to have like a
Yeah,
bad
that's what
rapport
I
with
have
your
to.
kitchen.
Good God.
yeah, but it's
Being-
it's difficult because it's kind of two different worlds.
Being a great server is also like you've been in the kitchen and like you when we
I've
were
worked in
kicking it at
kitchens,
Wheelers.
yeah.
I mean, you could step back and help me out. You know, when it got fucking nuts on burger night or whatever. You know,
Whatever, baby. Yeah.
and it worked.
No, I still won't serve like shitty looking food though. I'll never do that. Like, I will call out anybody. Like, hey,
Well, that's the
Nope.
standard.
But being-
There's a standard.
having worked in kitchens too.
And you can't
like,
take it personal. Like I tell people that all the time.
No.
Listen, if I say anything ever to you about anything, it's not about you. It's about the food. It's about the style of service. It's about that beer not being full enough. It's about the table not being clean. It's not that you are a piece of shit and fucked up and are not good enough. It's the standard. Like, hey, this is a restaurant. This is a business. We're in service. This needs to be done this way.
we're
This needs to
held
be done
up
this
to
way.
a different standard.
Exactly. You know, and that was the hardest thing for me to get over myself when I started in this industry. Of why are you being so mean to me? Why do you hate me? Like, and I would say that to them, like, what's your problem? You know, and they're like, nothing. Do it right. Shut up and work. And like ego dissolve. I'm like, all right. And then I broke. And I was like, Mike, I don't think I can do this anymore. I'm like, that piece of shit. And he's like, all right, you broke. You're fine. Just hold on. Don't.
Dial it back, reel it in.
Yep.
Reel it
And
Back
in.
together, it'll be better
Yep.
for it.
And it was the best thing that ever happened to me, man. Best thing that ever happened to me, that I went that hard and through it and got rid of all that bullshit that was holding me back. And I'm like, okay, now I get it. I'm ready to work. I'm ready to
Yeah.
build.
Drive the ship.
Yeah.
You're ready to drive. the
Man,
Bring on the
man
battleship.
I don't think you're done. What do you do with the boat? Culinary boot camp.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for real though, that's what happened. And it was like, okay, I understand now. It's not about me. Because that's what it was like. It's like, oh, I'm not good enough. I just screwed up. I didn't clean good enough. It's like, no.
No, you need. There's a standard.
Yeah, it just needs to get done this way.
Live up.
Do it right.
It's a very objective approach.
It could be you. It could be this person. This person. It's not about that. And then that's the first lesson I try to teach my young employees here. Is like, if I ever say anything to you about something that you're messing up, it's not about you. Don't make it personal.
Just use it as a learning.
Exactly. I'm trying to help you get better. And I'm trying to do that to make this whole business be better. And that's it. And
Well, you give them a skill and then you send them off into the world, which is the beautiful thing.
That
it's been awesome seeing
Yeah.
it. That's one of the great perks of what I do.
It's the only reason we're all sitting here right now.
For real. It's awesome.
Yep.
Can I ask you a question about your trials and tribulations at Travail?
Yeah.
Trials and tribulations at Travail.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see anybody come in there and flop under the pressure and just like walk away and never came back?
Oh yeah.
No names. No names.
Oh yeah.
No names after the names.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it was a burner. I mean, it would churn you up and spit you out. And
They made it that way for a reason, I'm guessing.
I mean, talk about standard. Talk about it's about the food, not about you. Talk about we don't fuck your feelings. You know, like if you're cool and we like you and you do your job, great. But if you make it about you and your career and your portfolio and,
Right.
and having a job I worked here so that I could get a job here and all that bullshit, fuck off. Like, that's not what this was. That's not what this is. And yeah, people would come in, they would work a month, maybe 2 months, and then just break, crack, cry, sit down. I saw one guy sit down at the station, and I'm working desserts, and I look over, and he's just on the floor holding his knees going, I can't. And my brother just looks at me, he's like, why don't you go downstairs and clean the walk-in? And my brother gets on the station, and this is travail, and this is 15-course tasting menus. This is 8-9 different elements on a plate. This is crazy different pan pickups. And so my brother walks in, and he's like, all right, everybody's getting steak. And we're just like watching this kid break. And he was a dick anyway. We didn't, not a dick, but it's just like, you could tell he was just one of those guys. Like,
wasn't cut out.
Not in it for the right reasons. He was literally the first guy that I remember looking at James and being like, James, I don't get it. If you don't like this, why would you be here and do this? Like, if you're not into this, why would you sign up for this? And James is just like, I have no fucking idea.
That's an okay answer,
Yeah,
though, too.
and he's laughing, but it's just like, that's a great question. I have no idea. Like, people do it all the time. Just to say that they did it, it's like, no. That's not what this is. Like, you literally have to live it and commit to it and get over yourself and past yourself to be able to do it. And yeah, I saw people get just chewed up and spit out monthly,
I remember when we went up there for Trav was doing that what do they call it?
Oh, it was his Thai pop-up dinner.
Yeah, pop-up dinner.
Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of stories about that.
That's a good one.
That girl that used to work here just showed up across the street.
Oh, poor Trav. So
But,
Did he dip a little bit?
No, not at all. She was
Okay.
infatuated with him, and
Well, he's blonde and blue-eyed, and he was a
dis-
beautiful specimen of a man.
beautiful. Trav,
Just
you're
saying.
listening to this, you're a gorgeous human.
He really was.
He despised her because
she was like kryptonite.
yes, and
That's a bad situation.
and she just. Case in point, do you want to see my portfolio? Do you want? I have this idea for this, but couldn't prep her station. I want to cook this, and this, and I think this would be good on the menu. I'm like, did you make the fucking French fries for the lunch rush today? No. Okay. Well, what are you talking about?
I don't think it was a shit about your ideas if you didn't do the
Back to basics.
Perfect
Back
case.
to basics.
Right.
Perfect example. Perfect example. Anyway, we go up to do the Thai pop dinner, and she's sitting in the car across the street waiting for us. We show up at 8 o'clock in the morning.
I think we did everything in our power to make sure she didn't know about it.
And Trav just looks at me. I look at him, and I'm like, oh boy. And he's like, oh my god, I can't believe she's here. I can't believe it. I go, Trav,
Just go with it.
do you want me to? I need to go. We had to go get some stuff from the party place, like decorations and stuff for Thai stuff and dragons and whatever, lanterns hanging up. And do you want me to take her? And we had to get food. I'll take her for the next 2 hours to go. He's like,
Careful.
would you take her? Would you do that for me? I'm like, yeah, bro, I'll do it. He's like, oh my god, thank you. So
All in all, it turned out really nice.
Oh, it was
That
awesome.
That was a great experience. I cooked.
Did you get to the lantern?
Boiled noodles at Javale. I boiled noodles at Javale.
you did, you did. No, it was a
Trav was like, just boil the noodles.
I'll get to boil the noodles.
talk about
you can boil the noodles,
dude.
man.
Talk about throwing something together and making it work. Trav was excellent at that.
Still kind of doing that, right?
Yeah.
On his shore stuff.
Chef
Yeah.
ramen.
Yeah.
His,
Well, he's got
his noodle-
there was like a fried chicken thing at one point too, wasn't
Yeah, that didn't work out. He's doing the noodles again.
there? Yeah.
North Shore Nudes.
No shirt noodles. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just got their.
Said
Levi
Nudes.
said on Facebook.
Big Island,
they just
Maui?
got their-
No.
Is it Maui or Kauai? I don't remember.
I don't know. The big thing was getting his truck from Seattle to whatever island it was.
Just drive it.
On a boat.
Yeah, submarine.
Just fill the tires with helium and just drive. Yeah.
Build the bridge the long way.
We're gonna
Yeah, a
airlift
bunch
this
of
motherfucker.
One.
Just have a trailer with gas
It's
tanks.
turned into a pontoon. And
A
then
bridge
the
too
back
far.
tires you turn into like the paddles, and you just.
Those are cool.
Yeah,
It's easy.
they are super cool, but I mean, how far did they make it?
Oh, it depends how much gas you get.
Is it
Park it on
really?
the plastic.
That's a loaded question right now.
Right
Gorillas.
now, you wouldn't make it very far.
Eek.
You just ship a truck across the ocean. That's you must love that
They
truck.
make ferries
Call it
for
night.
that.
But across the ocean? It's not
Well,
a
I mean, not across.
ferry.
Walk on the ocean, on the sun, becomes water.
Brian
The
Lee,
podcast is over.
Where's I mean, the music
I don't know.
from you, but where's the background music
That's a good final thought.
For what?
for
This?
this?
My final
right now?
thought, I don't know. It'd be
Yeah.
like,
Springer, final
Well,
thought.
No, it's over.
yeah. I
We're
11
done.
o'clock.
Yeah, it's already
brought
over.
up the
Any final thoughts, Brian Lee? We got final thoughts from Brian Lee.
basically what you said. Like, you know, if you're
you heard it too.
coming into
It
a
was Brian.
restaurant,
everybody the wrong name.
Any thoughts on the cauliflower?
don't think that you're the best at anything,
Right.
ever. Just
Keep learning.
do it and ask questions and don't try to come in thinking that you know anything about the place, you know.
Yeah, man.
Beautiful.
Every place is different. Do things different. Just come in and learn as you go. And
Learn and be a part.
yeah.
Don't fake it till you make it.
Yeah,
Fake it
just
till
ask
the
questions.
end.
You
Like
know?
us.
You can fake it till
we
you
just
make it,
keep
but don't be
working
ignorant about it.
weddings
Right.
and coming in. Yeah.
I can dig it.
Yeah, man. That's a good one to end on.
Just pretend you don't know anything when you go in, you know.
That's it. I'm the new guy. What are we doing here?
Right.
Dude, I do that
Teach me. Yeah.
my kitchen tonight. I go,
Teach me.
I come in, I'm like,
I'm not gonna come in.
what are you guys doing? What do you need? How's it going? How can I help?
Yeah.
They're like,
We're good.
this needs to be delied up and start some more rice. And then I'm like, got it.
You know,
I'm the helper.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
You don't come in and just take over.
No, fuck
don't
no.
try to take out all.
Go
I
do it.
try to not.
They have it figured
Do
out.
it.
They know what
Yeah.
they're doing, especially when they're in the middle of this. Like, you
Let
guys
'em do
got
it.
Just saying,
They
can I
need
fill
to
something
do
for
it.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
They need to
if
tell
people
what
have
they
been there
do.
for however long and you
Let
come in
go.
and you act like you know anything, you're not
Yeah,
gonna
I
make
think
it.
more.
You're not gonna make it at all. Right.
She doesn't have that ability, the let go ability.
I do.
Let it go. Let it
I don't understand how much I do. Because
Can we end on that
I
song?
bitch
Yeah.
about things that aren't
Don't say aren't, but
restaurant
yes.
things.
They ain't.
No, but
They
that's what, that's
They ain't right.
That's the point.
I don't want your life.
When you work with your best friend, it becomes like
Yeah, well, you're
complicated.
complicated.
Shit, them boys are having the times of their lives.
I always will.
All right, I'm in this.
Having such a poignant conversation, we're like, I don't want you.
So much more to this restaurant life. So much more to this restaurant life. Let's go!